Hi, my name's Laura and I'd like to introduce you to an innovative new investment analysis product called Piocaro. Piocaro is an investment platform that helps you analyse, compare and select funds that meet your goals and risk profile. With Piocaro, you can easily create and optimise a portfolio of funds. It can be used by both individual investors and financial advisors. Investors can use it to pull together a portfolio of funds for purchase via their broker. And financial advisors can use it as a professional tool or adjunct to optimize their clients' portfolios. Currently, Piocaro analyzes over 25,000 mutual funds, index and exchange-traded funds in the US and Australia. In a series of 3 videos, I'll show you how Piocaro can help you to research, compare and select investment funds to create a portfolio that targets you or your client's specific investment goals and risk tolerance. In the first video, I'll show you how to use Piocaro to research and compare investment funds. In the second video, I'll select one fund to explore in close detail. And last up, in the third video, we'll build and optimize a portfolio, an actionable portfolio, for purchase through your broker. Okay, let's get started. For this demo, we'll focus only on US exchange-traded funds. Let's assume you don't know which asset class you want to invest your money in. How can Piocaro help with this? Well, there are a few different starting points you might choose depending on your particular priorities as an investor. The first is asset class averages. This provides a view of how each of the ETF asset classes performed in the past 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. Let's sort this by total return. This shows me the US equity as a group, on average, has been performing very well in the past 5 years compared to other groups. If we sort this by downside volatility, the muni and taxable bonds are the least risky assets compared to others. Next up is the top 10 averages. This shows you the average within the top performers of each asset class and how those compare with other asset classes. Both asset class averages and top 10 averages give you a good sense of how each asset class has performed. In the left sidebar, there's a set of views that help you with your fund research. With these, you can quickly and easily compare funds in line with your investment criteria and eliminate any low or non-performing funds. I find these views very useful and they save me a lot of time. If low fees are important to you, you might begin by looking at the low fees ETFs. For example, let's use the 5 years trailing period and look at all the asset classes in the US. Here I can see those ETFs with fees in the lowest 20% of their peer group. Sorting this allows me to quickly hone into the top performing ETFs with the lowest fees. If you're not in a position to take a lot of risk, you might want to look at the low-risk ETFs. Piocaro uses downside volatility below the risk-free rate because, let's face it, most investors are more concerned about the downside risk or loss than the upside surprise gain. Sorting this helps you quickly hone into the well-performing ETFs with the lowest downside volatility in their peer group. If you have the capacity to tolerate higher risk investments, you could begin by looking at the high return ETFs or the most efficient ETFs. The most efficient ETFs group shows me those funds with an efficiency score in the top 90%. This measure shows how efficient the fund is at producing returns, given the level of risk taken and the fees they charge. So to drill down further, How can I find out more information about the different funds? You can access detailed information on each fund. Each has a dedicated page. So, in the next video, we'll select an ETF to investigate more closely.